For the books I've used to develop this course, here's one of them. This is a book by Denny Rickards called Fly Fishing Stillwater for Trophy Trout. It's a real excellent book. Great basic techniques on presentation and information about lake structure and about insects. He also includes photographs of the flies that he ties and tying instructions, including materials. In the presentation information, he actually talks about how to present the specific flies that he's tied. It's an in-depth book, so it takes probably several good readings to understand the principles that he's talking about in here. The next book I'd recommend is this book by Morrison Chan, Fly Fishing Trout Lakes. Has a real good chart that identifies the insect activity by the season. They talk also about presentations for specific insects. They have a chart that identifies the different types of flies that they would use so you can see them, and also tying instructions here to help you tie these types of flies. In the middle of the book, when he talks about the insects themselves, he actually gives you a chart that shows you how to fish that particular insect based on the principles that they use. It's a really good basic book, and this is an easy read, so reading through this several times will really help you get on track for fly fishing lakes. Randall Kaufman wrote an excellent book called Lake Fishing with a Fly. It's a really good book as well. It contains really in-depth information concerning the lake structures, the insects themselves, their growth patterns, stages of them. It's really, really in-depth. So if you want to really dig down deep, this is a book that will help you accomplish that. He also provides examples of the flies that they use throughout the book, and great information by insect in terms of what to fish for and when. Another really, really good book for information about fly fishing lakes. Gary LaFontaine wrote a book about caddisflies themselves. This is a really, really in-depth study of caddisflies only. He, on page 216, he actually puts together a chart that shows for the Pacific Northwest what type of caddisflies will appear and when they will appear by month. In his in-depth information in the back of the book, he actually goes into their feeding habits, their hook size, and their color. This is another in-depth study if you want to identify specific things inside the book. But I've done something that might help you. Using the information in the back of his book, I've actually developed a chart. This is a test project that I want to do this year to determine if I can fish caddisflies more effectively based on information about their food, where they would be, what size they would be, and what color they would be, and based on the different months of the year. So I'll be teaching on this in one of the further lessons more completely. And I think it's going to be a very good, interesting project to undertake. That's about all the books I use to read from right now, and I'd recommend, if you can get a copy of them, to do so. If not, try to find them in the local library and read them there. It'll give you a great background for the information that you'll need to start fly fishing, along with the videos that I'll be producing this way.